What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 102 of my Tracksuit to the Top series here with Lewis FC. And today, I've got for you guys a live com away against Arsenal. It's going to be a big game for us because Arsenal are right up there in the table. They're currently in third. They've played the same amount of games as us. They're on the same amount of points. They've scored a hell of a lot more goals than us, and today is going to be a bit of a challenge. But before that, just got to talk a little bit about the results since last episode, which of course was a good win against Newcastle. We played 2 games since then, the first of which was against Red Bull Salzburg, and we won 5-1. I told you guys that I was an expert on Austrian titties rather, or cities. I've butchered both words there. I was trying to make a funny reference to episode 100, and in the end I've said the wrong nation, and the pun now makes me look silly. Anyway, if you missed that episode, go check it out. But yeah, this game, Jeff, get in form. Matthew Lewis with 1 as well. A really good result, really good performance as well. We dominated the game, really. We were 3-0 up. They pulled a goal back, and 2 late goals by Jeff. Completed a route at which Jeff was the man of the moment, I guess. You can see 4 goals for him, but the fairy tale kind of start to the club ends there because he got injured. He's currently undergoing treatment for strained knee ligaments, out for 2 months. Massive blow. Matthew Lewis, fortunately for us, not injured as of yet. Touch wood, it won't come to that. However, the one and only other game we played was in the league, and we drew 1-1 in this one. Carlini sent off. I don't know what to say. He's missing for this Arsenal game because of the suspension. He came in as our most expensive defender ever. And someone said that they thought he was going to be a bit like Mangala. Just a massive waste of money. And I don't want to say it could be that, but I'm worried. He's going to have to really book things up for the rest of the season. Otherwise, he is going to be our Mangala. And this game, we drew 1-1 against Brentford. You know, it's a bad day when the man of the match is a player who comes off in the 66th minute on an 8.1 rating and is still your best player. In fact, no, did he come off? Yeah, he did come off. He came off for Reitmeier, China did, because of the sending off. But yeah, you know it's a rough day when that happens. Batagelli also getting a knock, but he is back from that. Anyway, in terms of what else has been going on at the club, because as you guys can see, not a lot's been happening. There hasn't been too much, obviously. Champions League, we're looking very strong. We have Ajax in our next game. If we win that, we put ourselves in pretty much a secured position to win the group. Elsewhere, of course, in the league, you can see we're in 5th. In the 4th round of the Capital One Cup, we're going to be playing Brentford before too long. And other than that, there's not been too much happening. One thing that's been a little bit pleasing, and I'm hoping I might be able to find it, although we have had an international break. And I know that, yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. The messages have gone out my inbox. But if I just show you guys the Premier League, when it came to the Player of the Year and the Young Player of the Player of the Month and Young Player of the Month, things are looking pretty good for us. So this was for September. So in August, Matthew Lewis got it with 8 goals in 3. But if we just look at for September and then look at Young Player of the Month, which is here, Players Young Player. No, that's for the yearly award, Jack. Where is Young Player of the Month? I've gone blind. It's here. It's sat in front of me. There it is. It's the one right at the bottom for no apparent reason. But yeah, okay, the reason why this is really pleasing is because the 3 players who kind of finished in the top 3 for the last month in this award are all our players. The first one was Mustafa Khan, on loan at Brentford for the year, the 19-year-old. He's had a very good start to his time there. He has missed the last few games because he got red carded, but you can see a 7.06 rating for him so far. We signed him for £5 million this summer, loaned him straight to Premier League Brentford, and they are looking to develop him well. And as you can see here, a 7.2 average rating was his rating for the month. Good performances by him. Jean-Carlos Martinez finished 2nd in the Young Player of the Month contest. Of course, the young right midfielder, still improving a fair bit. And yeah, he's going pretty strong. And then last but not least, we have here Ryan Buchanan, who is another one of our players. Actually, this guy's on loan at Bournemouth, and he finished up there as well, the young defender. So that's pretty pleasing, although he is out injured at the moment, which is a wee bit of a shame. But it's kind of promising, I guess, for our future team to see 3 players of ours winning or finishing in the top 3 of the Young Player of the Month. You can see Jean-Carlos Martinez won it the previous month as well. The Colombians had a great start to the season, a 7.2 rating with 2 assists. Of course, he joined us for £11 million last year, and he set a pretty high bar for himself, putting some really good performances. And so far this year, he's not perhaps quite met those expectations, but he's still been performing very, very well nevertheless. So anyway, there is 1 or 2 other bits I can talk about. The first thing being that we have new youth facilities and training facilities being worked on for next year, which is really pleasing. Seems like I'm saying that pretty much every episode, but if you look at our facilities, of course, we've not produced a good regen yet. Maybe this next few years could be the years, because our training and youth facilities are going to be upgraded. Our stadium is being expanded and is due to be finished at the start of April, which is always pleasing. And we've also got established youth recruitment. Maybe there's room for a little bit more improvement there. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the direction the club's moving in terms of the facilities and such. And we do also have a little bit of money to maybe manoeuvre in the transfer market. You can see if we just look at our money quickly here. We lost £6 million last year. Oh, sorry, last month, which is a little bit sharp. I'm a little bit surprised by that myself. I don't know if we bought any players in that time. I don't think we did. It might be the facilities, actually. That would make sense. But you can see £27 million in the black, or in the white in this case, on this skin. But basically, we have some money left in the club. Anyway, look at our team for this game. It's hit hard. We've got a Corey out with an injury. He's out for 1 to 3 days. Carlini is suspended. Jeff out with those knee ligament problems. He is out for 5 to 7 weeks. Reitmeier, player didn't really talk about his injury, but he's out for 3 weeks with a twisted ankle. Michal also injured. He's out for 6 to 10 days with an injured foot. And last but not least, Roberto, back in 1 day, but it's Roberto. He's been the flop of this save. He's kind of an eternal kind of memory of the fact I failed. Although, to be fair, I'm slating him. He's got room to improve. My scouts still think he could improve and be a leading Premier League player, and he relishes big matches, but his inconsistency and injury proneness are really holding him back. So still trying to cash out on him. Maybe one day we'll make our money back on Roberto. Still desperately hoping we might get £10 million for him at some point. But anyway, as a result of all the injuries and stuff that's going on, I have had to rotate the team a little bit. At the back we go with Kuaku. At centre-back, a little bit of a odd mash-up, but we go with Manning playing left centre-back for us, I believe. Oh no, right centre-back, my mistake. In the centre, we go with Harry Yan, who's been I guess, an eternal kind of presence in the dressing room. He's been a good centre-back for us for the last 5 years. This is his 5th season. He's only made the 1 appearance, and it was slightly underwhelming. And then to his left we go with Mike Morris, who alongside Carlini was obviously a massive player for us to bring in, and he's done okay so far. Perhaps not £20 million worth, but there is some promise with him at least. In midfield, we stick with Pedrera and Leon, 2 players you'd expect to see there. Batagelli comes in for the injured Michal, and Ojeda, who's on loan from Barcelona, comes in for Jean Carlos Martinez, who is pretty tired. I mentioned the youngster's done well. He has done well, but at 87% condition, I'm going to give Ojeda the nod ahead of him, and hopefully he can put in a good performance for us. In the slightly kind of more advanced position, we're going to go with China in attacking midfield, and then we're playing with Tita in replacement of Jeff. And then leading the line, we go with Matthew Lewis, of course, who is fully fit, and hopefully he's going to bag in some goals for us for today's big game. So that's the team. The task ahead of us is quite simple. We're taking on Arsenal away from home. They are in 3rd. They've scored 28 goals in 7, so averaging 4 a game. This could be a little bit of a test of our defence, particularly with the absence of players like Reitmeier and Carlini. Probably not going to be the easiest task ahead of us. However, I have faith in the boys to hopefully go out here and give a good performance. Arsenal are a team that we've had a mixed bag of results against, really, but we've had some good ones in and amongst there. I'm hoping we'll see another one of those today. Looking at our team, they've actually got a quite recognisable team. They've got Rulli, Luke Shaw, Umtiti, Sacco, Montoya, Ramsey, Isco, Grealish. All real players. That's quite a lot. They have also got this guy called Abdel Aziz, who is an Egyptian forward who's been absolutely incredible for them the last few years. He got 31 in 34 for them last season. This season he's got 8 in 7. So he is the man to watch from them. Hopefully we can do a good job against him. I'm going to ask the players to always mark him tightly because he is a bit of a scary prospect. However, I'm going to encourage the players here because I do have faith in them to go out here and get a win. Arsenal in great form, of course. Last episode we got a fantastic win against another team in fairly good form in Newcastle. Arsenal perhaps a little bit more quality about them, particularly with Aziz, but hopefully we can get off to a good start. 1 minute in, we have a chance. Set piece, Harry Yan. Can he put in a good ball here? The centre-back goes all the way back to Batagelli. We're going to try and build again from the back. Juan Carlos Leon, Ojeda out on the right. Perhaps a point to prove with him because he has forced Jean Carlos Martinez out the team, and a point he has proven right there. Matthew Lewis, his 21st goal of the season. Are we in October or November? I think we're in October. That's ridiculous. That is mad. How has he scored that many? I don't know. I really don't know. But I'll tell you what I do know. Ojeda, point to prove, replacing John Carlos Martinez, who's been dropped due to lack of fitness. And, well, he puts in a great ball there for Matthew Lewis to head in. However, we can't get too complacent. Arsenal full of goals, averaged 4 so far this season every game. So I think we might need more than 1 goal if we want to win this game. So they are on the attack here. Aziz, Isco, blocked away there. Can we block the rebound? It's ping-pong in the box. It's pinball, but we have got it away. I don't know if we're going to counter here. We're not. But well defended there. A shot blocked. Arsenal with the first clear-cut chance of the game. But we are on the attack here. Lewis. Throw in from Ojeda, throws it in. Lewis, take a bow, my son. 2 goals in the first 7 minutes. Ojeda with another assist, this time from a throw in. And, well, Lewis, who was given permission to roam in from that right-hand side, the Arsenal player said, you know what, Lewis, Matthew, go in on your left foot. We'll let you have it there. And Rooney in goal perhaps should do better, but he's hit it with such venomous power that it's tough for the keeper to deal with, and in the end he can only parry it into the roof of the net. And while we're 2-0 up, we are having a laugh. We have a set piece here. China whips it in. Aziz, the Egyptian forward, doing a duty at the back and getting it clear, but we will come forward with the ball again. Pedrera looking inside, but blocked away there, and now Arsenal going to try and break away, although Batagelli, a cynical foul there. He might go into the book. I'd be amazed if this is a red unless it looks really horrific in 3D. And indeed, a yellow card brandished there for the man who made a bit of a cynical foul, a bit of a smart foul. Didn't want to let the breakaway happen, although Arsenal with a chance here. Brownhill, Isco at the edge of the area, picks out Grealish. Grealish places it into the bottom corner, and I'm waiting for a flag and hoping for a flag, but it's not going to be given. Jack Grealish, the, I want to say, Irish player out on the left, of course, starts at Aston Villa in game. Just peels off the non-existent fullback, I guess, in our system. Kouakou perhaps should do better, but a good goal there by Arsenal. And now they're on the attack again. Another set piece. Brownhill should probably do better there. That is another warning for us. Conceded once from a set piece not being fully cleared before. That time there, a chance straight from it, Brownhill. But Kouakou that time did come to the rescue. And, well, at the moment, we keep hold of this 2-1 lead, although China now injured is not good for us. And hopefully that's not going to be anything too serious. Aaron Ramsey inflicting the damage there. I want to play Sonogo, but he's really struggling for fitness, which leaves me in a bit of a tricky situation. Really? I mean, I could play Orlando at striker, but I don't think Tita can drop back. No, he can't. I want to bring in Sonogo, but my worry with that is that Sonogo's only on 82% condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move Ojeda to centre attacking mid, and then we'll get with Jean Carlos Martinez out on the right mid position. Sonogo just not quite there yet in terms of fitness. I don't think he'd last the entire game on 82% condition. I kind of feel like he might be a passenger. If this injury came perhaps 15 minutes later, then I'd more than happily kind of make the change there, but I cannot afford to make it in this situation. And Kouakou there with another save there to save us. I should point out, if it sounds like I'm recording outside, I've left my window open, so if you can hear birds, just ignore the sound of nature, as Lewis hears the sound of nature and his predatorial instincts kick in, but, well, he's missed. I thought that was very well linked up there, by the way, in that commentary. The keeper kicked it straight at his head. Unfortunately, the bounce was a little bit cruel, and in the end, Matthew Lewis not able to bury it at the kind of first time of asking that you'd perhaps expect from him. His instincts kicking in. You'd expect him to do something there for us. And, well, Aziz has just done something there for Arsenal to make it 2-2. His 14th goal of the season sees us go all square here. And to be honest, it was quite a nice finish by the guy. Cheeky little 1-2 inside. I don't know who that is at centre-back. It might be Harry Ann, who just loses his man. He's probably going to track him there and just give up defensive responsibility to Morris, who was stood on the man who he began to close down. And Arsenal make it 2-2 in what has been a very action-packed first half here. And it might not be over yet as Arsenal on the attack again. Grealish, already 1 goal to his name, clean for on goal. Kouakou stands big, stands tall, and ultimately Grealish is intimidated into putting the ball wide, although Isco here, set piece. Not for the first time Arsenal with a set piece that almost leads to a chance, although ball not cleared. Grealish again, been the man of the first half really, with possession of the ball, and now Arsenal going to try and build from the back. Still got a few men committed in this attack. Shaw on the overlap, the left back. Can we defend? Aziz, back post, Pedrera heads it towards the danger area and heads it back to Grealish, the man who we really don't want to give the ball if we can avoid it. And now Umtiti, with the set piece, but that time headed wide. And right now it's 2-2, and it's been a pretty action-packed first half. I'm going to tell the players that they've been unlucky so far. I feel like we've been doing okay. At 2-2, perhaps a little bit disappointing to concede as many as we have. But I'm going to put faith in the boys here to, I guess, just keep performing well and keep performing strongly. 2-2 wouldn't be the worst result in the world, particularly away from home. But well, looking at the stats, Arsenal probably deserve a little bit more. But we've held on to our luck and held on to our lucky stars, and I'm just making up phrases here. Basically, we're probably a little bit fortunate, and I probably need to change the system sooner rather than later. We'll let this highlight play out as Aziz is on the attack for them. The Egyptian finds Pereira, who finds Grealish, who's now out on the right-hand side for them. Pulls the ball back to Ramsey. Ramsey hits it. Kouakou parries into danger. Kouakou! Well, he almost made a triple save there, but unfortunately for us, Hugo Pereira with his 19th goal of the season. That's crazy. Almost as crazy as Lewis's. Getting the goal from them there. Grealish with that initial ball. Ramsey with the first shot. Kouakou saves. Pereira again. Kouakou saves. And then just the third shot. He just doesn't react to it at all. He doesn't have time. Arsenal go 3-2 up here. We need to change something. And this is what we're going to do. Now, quick heads up. A load of people in the comments have been telling me, Jack, you should play with wing-backs. I don't have wing-backs to play. There's nothing more frustrating, I think, than in the comment section when someone tells me to do something and I don't have the players to do what they're telling me to do. In fact, it's quite funny, really. But yeah, that's something that I unfortunately cannot do because we've not got the players for it. But we're going to change the system here. We're going to go to a 3-4-3. Which might seem a little bit crazy, but there is method to my madness. We're going to look to exploit the flanks, pump the ball into the box, play a little bit more direct, drop deeper but close down. In fact, we'll leave close down on normal, but play wider. So we're going to try and use the flanks. Not a tactic that I've used before this one, but in these big games, you've got to mix things up. You've got to try something different. So we'll see how this works for us. We've struggled in this game so far to keep up with Arsenal. And actually looking at it, they're going to hit us on the break here. Isco tries to flick the ball through, but cleared out by Manning. Pereira, though, picks up the ball again and lays it out wide to Castellano, who does give away the ball. And we will now try and break with a big ball over, and it's flicked to Matthew Lewis with pace, bearing down on goal. Tita! Well, it's a sweaty goal if ever you've seen one. It's been tramped, in the words of FIFA fans, but if Tita had a time to get his first goal for the club, this was the time. The change has happened very quickly here, and well, the change has worked for us, you'd have to say. Our free strikers finding some space. I think it was Ojeda who flicked the ball on initially for Lewis. Lewis just uses his pace to break free from the defensive line of Arsenal. Gets close down a little bit, but he's able to cool and composedly pick out a pass. And now, well, we need to defend still. Arsenal definitely been the more offensive team, and they've got a chance here as Isco's threaded through a pass that found the gap, but it's been given offside, and we've been given a lifeline now. That is a real kind of second chance given to us. I feel like we're on extended highlights here, but I can assure you we're on key. It's just been a very action-packed game, this one. Looking at it, it's kind of close. Arsenal with 8 clear-cut chances. To only score 3 of them is criminal. We've not had many chances and we've not had loads of the ball, but when we have had it, we've made the most of it, and we need to continue to do that here. Leon with a good tackle, but it will still be in the possession of Arsenal, who will pass it wide to Grealish, who is dispossessed by Pereira. Now can we counter? We've got a 3-on-3 situation if we're smart about this, although Arsenal will get some men back, and Browning recycles possession for them there. And now the ball comes through. Can we defend Aziz? Kouakou to the rescue. The Ivory Coast vice-captain of the club with a nice save there, and the ball comes in and he will deal with that again. And to be honest, I'd be happy to get out of here with a draw at this point, because we've probably not deserved it. Arsenal been the stronger of the two teams. They've had a lot more clear-cut chances. Kouakou's come to the rescue a few times. The Arsenal players have perhaps scoffed a few opportunities that came their way, and we do have a chance here. Tita, please! Oh, it's cleared away. That was an opportunity for us to score against the kind of run of play, I guess. And now Arsenal going to try and break on us again. 77th minute, so still time for either team to get a goal or two, as Pereira will take the ball forward, and he whips in the ball Aziz, and that time Kouakou is not coming to the rescue. Arsenal make it 4-3. we have to change something, and we've got to go more offensive, really, haven't we? So we're going to make those changes accordingly. We've got to kind of start throwing some men forward here. Not that we haven't been doing that, but we need to do even more of it now. I almost want to change to attacking as well. I guess we'll do that. We've got to roll the dice. We did it before against Newcastle. We need an even bigger miracle, you'd have to say, to score here. We knew Arsenal were a big team with lots of creative talent, and right here they are showing it. They've scored 4. That was the average amount of goals they've scored so far this season. And they probably deserve more. We've probably been let off the hook. But 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to try and turn things around. I think it's time to bring on Sonogo. We'll bring him on for Juan Carlos Leon. Ojeda we're going to bring off for Orlando too. So they are our 2 subs. Perhaps should make them a little bit sooner in future. But Aziz here with a chance, and Pereira scores. Makes it 5. And, well, Arsenal have deserved that. They've ripped us to shreds. They've had 12 clear-cut chances, which is just crazy, really. And, well, they've scored a lot of goals so far this season. You'd have to say, based on this performance alone, they look like they're good for them. Perhaps a little bit, I guess, what's the word, complacent of me to play the 3 at the back system, knowing how good they were going forward. Debatably, in hindsight, perhaps should have been playing 4 at the back, particularly with their wider midfielders, but it is all hindsight. Unfortunately for us, it's been a day where our defenders just haven't put in the performances. Playing at pretty much a second-string defence has cost us, and it's pretty disappointing at the end of the day to concede 5 and ultimately lose a game where you've scored 3 goals and actually opened up a 2-0 lead early on. But anyway, that's going to wrap things up for this episode. A little bit disappointing. Looking at the league, it's still tight. Liverpool leading the way with 21 points from 8. We are 6 points behind them, or rather 5 points behind them, on the same amount of games played. QPR, Newcastle and Chelsea all have games in hand, 2 of which, if they were to win, could leapfrog us into 5th. But right now we occupy that spot. In terms of when I see you guys the next episode, I'm not sure when it's going to be. I've done a lot of episodes in close kind of proximity, so maybe I'll save... or rather, maybe I'll change that a little bit and go forward a few more games. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. As always, if you have, guys, please do smash the like button. It does greatly help me out. Just a quick heads up and apology, I guess, for the lack of uploads recently. Not that there's been a lack of videos, but I've been trying to get one up every other day. I've been very busy. If you guys don't know, I don't do this for a job. This isn't a career of mine. I've been busy trying to sort out a job to secure a kind of secure financial future. And at the end of the day, YouTube is something I do for fun. And as a result, the uploads have kind of slowed down. If they'll ever pick up, I don't know, because I don't know kind of what work I'm going to be going into exactly yet. And you know, there's still stuff going on, but I have got some stuff now on my horizon. Hopefully I'll be able to give you some more details on that as and when I find out about them. But yeah, just so you guys know and aware of that, you know, this is something I do for fun. It's something I do in my free time. And right now, I'm not having that much free time. So hopefully you guys do understand. But anyway, that wraps things up for me. If you've enjoyed the video, smash the like button. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.